on!
I'll keep an eye on you. When I practice my spells in weather like this, I can do half the work for double the impact. I'm just teasing.
I'll come back when I understand the challenge. I didn't read that.
The essence of the Ame-Noma art. Okay. The patience to move mountains. Unrelenting mountains.
Instead of confining themselves to the heavens, God should broaden their horizons in the world below.
Please speak to President Sung. I'm just...
Welcome to Bonton Saga Detective.
Light it up! Hip!
According to the letter, this should be the place.
Sorry, we don't serve the general public. I'm afraid you'll have to leave.
Wait! We're not the general public.
Well then, you must be a couple of wandering outlanders that snuck into the nation, judging by your attire.
Are our clothes really so... what?
The Yashiro Commission's seal. This must be from Mr. Toma. It seems there's more to you than meets the eye. In which case, welcome to the Komore Tea House, a safe haven for the Yashiro Commission.
Well, that sounds more like it. Well, now that we're here, where's Toma? Paimon doesn't see him anywhere. Do you think he forgot his promise to meet us?
Who forgot their promise? I was beginning to think you'd forgotten about me.
What? Is that dog talking to us?
Relax. No need to look so surprised. I take it this is the first time you've seen me in this form? Huh. So you didn't see anything like this when you were in Liyue Harbor?
Now that you mention it, this does suddenly seem less out of the ordinary.
All right. I've had my fun.
Hey, you're this close to getting an ugly nickname, mister!
Well, I've had some time to kill, given that I've been waiting here for you for so long, as was the case in Rito. So I came up with this little fun greeting for when you arrived. But in all seriousness, I would like to apologize about that little test you went through earlier, though it was quite necessary. It helped us determine whether or not to bring you before Miss Kamisato, and whether you had the courage to face the lightning alongside us.
Don't think that Paimon's gonna forgive you just because you're getting all serious now.
Sorry, did I overdo it? My apologies. Let me just say this. You've often found yourself skirting the rules from the very beginning, haven't you? Naturally, this is due to your unwavering and resolute determination. A long time ago, we had a friend who was much the same, but when the lightning struck... so you've heard of his story. His light still burns all the more brightly. Yes, of course. I will bring you to the Kamisato residence where the Yashiro Commission is located. But before that, there is one other place I was hoping you both would accompany me to.
Oh? Where?
I would like you to come with me to the statue of the omnipresent god. It's still under construction now, but you can already see it from practically anywhere on Narukami Island.
The omnipresent god. So, are we just making a fat, obese god statue?
Try and stop me! Burn it down! Light it up!
This area sure feels gloomy. Huh? Are Paimon's eyes playing tricks? Or are there things embedded in the statue?
Visions.
Visions? You mean all the visions that are collected from the Vision Hunt Decree are put into the statue?
So you've already heard of the Vision Hunt Decree. Before I try to explain, I should perhaps remind you first that Mondstadt is the city of freedom, and Liyue is the city of contracts. As for Inazuma, it's known as the Nation of Eternity. The Raiden Shogun is both the nation's most powerful ruler and its deity. The Eternity in question is her endless and unchanging will to rule over Inazuma. As such, she relies on the Tri-Commission to regulate the nation's affairs and the Sakoku Decree to limit the people's movement. The Shogun wishes to keep Inazuma in stasis, allowing the stream of time to flow from one end to the other without disturbing it, for all time.
Seems like every god has their own will.
Of course, this is my own limited understanding.
You could
As
make
for the reason
anything
behind the
eternal.
recent Vision Hunt Decree,
Doom
perhaps
is
the Shogun believes that
eternal.
visions grant people the power to change, and that her eternity doesn't allow for such instability to exist. Whatever the case, the fact is that the Raiden Shogun has dispatched the Tenryo Commission to scour the nation for visions, embedding each one in this statue. And this statue of the omnipresent god can be seen as Inazuma's symbol of eternity.
But if that's the case, wouldn't you say that the Raiden Shogun is being, I don't know, selfish?
Only outlanders such as yourselves would ever dare speak out so directly against the Raiden Shogun. And yet, I agree. The Vision Hunt Decree is something that simply should not exist. And Miss Kamisato has been committed to fighting it since the day it was announced.
Huh? Hey, are you okay? You look like your mind is elsewhere.
If visions are like approval from a god that you can get power, then this kind of means that like Raiden is just countermanding other gods' authority. Eh, I don't know. I like Mavuika gives you a fire or pyro vision. You're like, oh, sweet, I can manipulate fire. And then you just have like Raiden Shogun just snatch it away from you. Yeah, no, I'm breaking flamethrowers.
Sound? What sound? I didn't.
Yeah, you touch the statue, and then what?
Aspirations? Have you heard it before? That when a person's ambition reaches a certain strength, the gods look upon them with favor. That is where visions come from. In other words, a person's vision represents their ambition. So if what you just said is true, then the ambitions of these people are stronger than I imagined. Alright, time for the next stop on our tour of Narukami Island, the Kamisato residence.
Commoners are forbidden.
Burn it down! Try and stop me! Rise with the sun! Burn it down! Full throttle! Not bad.
It's on string.
Rise with the sun! Burn it down!
There you are, eavesdropper. Full throttle!
So, this is the kind of place where the big shots of Inazuma live, huh? Paimon kinda expected it to be snazzier.
Welcome at last to the Kamisato residence, honored guests. Miss Kamisato is delighted to finally meet you.
Is this the Shirasage Himegimi you keep going on about? So, where's she at? Behind the screen?
Yes. As the daughter of the Yashiro Commission, this is how Miss Kamisato is accustomed to receiving guests. Consider it a time-honored tradition within the Yashiro Commission. Forgive me if this is an unwelcome surprise.
Makes sense. She's a super...
Please forgive my lack of courtesy for receiving you in this fashion, especially following such a long and wearisome journey. I have awaited your arrival with great anticipation, and Toma assures me that you do indeed possess the power to change the tide of the times. At present in Inazuma, in the name of the Vision Hunt Decree, the people's aspirations are being senselessly trampled underfoot. Though the Yashiro Commission serves the Shogun, it is the people with whom we share close bonds. A commission's power rises and falls with the trust of their people. Thus, we cannot remain indifferent to this situation without also remaining indifferent to our own fate. Traveler, lend us your power, and we can... Oh.
See, milady, it's just like I said. This will take us nowhere.
No, please! Wait! Please... I will introduce you to the Raiden Shogun on one condition. You must fulfill 3 small wishes on my behalf.
Not a genie.
What are your wishes?
They pertain to 3 whose visions were taken from them. Perhaps once you've met them...
A warrior who guards a village, a former samurai who helped carry out the Vision Hunt Decree, and a swordmaster determined to become...
Correct. Please do all you can to help them. I will... Then you have my gratitude.
I'm sure you'll do great.
Exactly! Where's the
Why are you doing this? Why leave all of a sudden?
Precisely. It's much. The children are desperate for you to take them out.
That must be the guy Ayaka told us about.
Ah, you must also. Tejima has keeping out the treasure, but now, all of a sudden, he says he plans to leave us. We can't help, but we will gladly apologize if that's the case.
If you want my opinion, something to do with the Vision Hunt decree. It's clear that Tejima had done nothing wrong, and still they confiscated his vision. After that, he became a completely different person. I can't claim to fully understand it,
I mean,
but I could tell that he'd lost something very important to him. He went off on a walk, alone. Truth be told, we aren't sure whether trying to keep him here is the right thing to do.
Seems like he's a well-respected guy. You must be Tejima. So what's made you want...
Me? It's not a question. True. And what made me want to come here 30 years ago? And why have I never wanted to leave in all that time? I don't have answers to those questions because I can't remember anymore. Ever since they took my vision away, it's like a slice of my memory is gone. In the past, I knew I wanted to stay here. But whatever result...
Okay. Well, in that case, if we help you rediscover the... But if you can't remember anything... Oh, maybe if you just try...
Oh, that reminds me. Last time I brought Tejima some fruit,
I keep a diary? If you say...
Oh, yes, you do. And what's more, I remember you saying...
Perfect! So if we want to keep Tejima from leaving...
If you don't mind, we will leave you to find...
This looks like Tejima's... Let's see what we... Today, I helped I went kite flying. Seems like your average diary... Huh? I went to pray at the Now that's the kind of info we're... So this is the... interesting. Looking at the color and the... But anyway, if he had this with him all the time, there's a chance some of his elemental energy remained on it. Do you think that it might come in handy?
I wish it could be like this all the time.
Here we are! The soil must be something... It looks like... Konda Village. Sounds so familiar. Where is that place again? So the reason... But
Well, I'll be. That's certainly. But I'm still. It's clear that I was. Over the years, I must have made a note of anything interesting. And just look at all the things that. How could I have forgotten something so important to me? Now that I think about it, love, regret? No. After all, I've forgotten who she was. It's as if she'd never been in my life. Although, what if she were to turn up eventually, only to find I didn't remember so much as her
What happens
name?
if you just like
Wouldn't that be upsetting
try
for
to
her?
just forcibly get your
When I think
vision
about
back?
it like that,
You just get a.
I do
Yeah,
feel
no,
a slight
you're not
tinge of
stealing from
sadness
me.
in my
You're
heart.
not stealing from me.
How curious.
You just grab a
Why am I
pickaxe
thinking
and
like
just
this when I
like
don't even remember who she is?
fucking
It's just like
swing
that
at the
feeling of
statue they're
emptiness.
just
The
embedding
feeling
it
that
in.
something is
From
missing.
last time I was there, it looked like it didn't have very
Thank you
high
both for helping me
security
reconnect
to
with my
be
reason for
preventing
staying
that.
here. I shall remain here and keep waiting for her.
It just looks like they all assume
Tejima
that you're
seems to be
hopeless.
doing okay. Seems it's just like Ayaka and Tomo were saying. If you lose your vision, you lose all your hopes and dreams too. That certainly explains the state Tejima was in earlier. At least we were able to help him, weren't we?
Well, technically, I don't have a vision,
Let's go find the
so
next person.
I won't be that demoralized, right?
According to Miss Kamisato, the second one who lost their vision is a samurai from the Tenryou Commission.
What's just stopping people from just taking them back? Like, destroy the statue of the omnipresent obese deity.
Light it up! Full throttle!
I can't tell.
They say the Tenryou Commission is directly controlled by the Shogun. They're the ones responsible for maintaining law and order in Inazuma. The ones actually enforcing the Vision Hunt decree. But why would they take... Paimon doesn't get it. Huh? There seems to be some commotion over there. Let's go see what's...
I'll ask one more time. Do you intend to withhold this month's emergency provisions?
The entire clan is counting on that food. We demand an explanation. How many times do I have to say it? I don't know anything about emergency provisions.
You dare deceive us? Those provisions are essential. Do you understand? Not some goods to be pocketed by greedy samurai.
You samurai think you can just do whatever you please? The Tenryou Commission will hear of this.
Oh, huh? And who are you? One of Kurosawa's gang, no doubt.
What? We just happened to be passing by. We heard the commotion and came to see what the matter was.
I see. You seem to have come just at the right time. Perhaps you can help us settle this matter. This is Kurosawa. He's a samurai and a member of the Shogun's army. They issue emergency provisions to the area, and he's the one responsible for distribution. In the past, we'd simply ask him for provisions and everything would be delivered. Now, he suddenly refuses to give us anything. He's keeping the provisions for himself, I just know it. We'll starve without them.
No one seems to care about us. We used to think Kurosawa was a kind man, but he's shown his true colors. He's the same as all the other samurai. It's no wonder all the visions have been confiscated. The Raiden Shogun doesn't need people like him helping her rule the nation.
This must be one of the people Ayaka asked us to help. But why would she ever want us to help someone like him? Maybe we should talk to Kurosawa and
I've never even heard of these emergency provisions. I don't know whether it's rumors or whether they're trying to blackmail me. But either way, my own family can barely get by as it is. And that's the first bit of truth I've heard all day. The Shogun's army told me that I was unworthy of my vision. And they said I was slacking off in my work. Apparently, I'd even disappointed the Raiden Shogun.
Army aren't really
And that's
gods.
why they confiscated my vision.
So,
that's
whatever
strange.
your vision
You were
was...
helping enforce the Vision Hunt Decree. Why would you be
unless it was
unworthy of
the
your vision?
an
To be
electro
perfectly
vision.
honest, I don't seem to remember the details. All I know is that I would perform
If it
certain
was
things
any
every
other
month,
elements,
but I don't recall
you
what they were.
probably were.
And it's not just
worthy
that.
of that vision
I have
under
this
that god's
unsettling feeling,
jurisdiction.
like someone owes me something.
Does it have to do with the missing emergency provisions?
I didn't take any. Like I said, if I was taking them for myself, I wouldn't be going through such hard times right now. To top it all off, my house was just raided by treasure hoarders, which is why I came here in the first place. I was chasing after them when I got held up by these two. If you don't believe me, go find the treasure hoarders yourself. If there were any emergency provisions to be had, they would have found them.
Huh. He seems to me but we better confirm. Let's go round up the... We should be able to follow their tracks.
Rise with the sun!
We really outdid ourselves. All those samurai houses packed. You haven't seen anything yet. There'll be a lot more. Today's just the beginning.
You demand, boss!
These seem like the treasure hoarders we're after.
Another test subject.
Oh, there goes all the Mora. We worked hard to steal that, you know? Come on, boss. Think of something.
Not bad, kid. You ever think of joining the treasure hoarders? We could use someone like you.
I hit you only once. Like, it was like I run you over with Moviyuka's bike. They're like, I blast you with her ultimate. Not bad, kid. You want to join the treasure hoarders?
Kurosawa. So he's the one who sent you after us, huh? Just our luck.
So what did you see inside? Was it stuffed with food supplies?
Food supplies? You kidding? That place was a complete mess. All we found was a strange-looking box, hopefully with valuables inside. I didn't want anyone else to see it, so I was planning on opening it myself once we got back. But now that you've caught us, how about we make a deal? That little box for our freedom. What do you say?
You've got a deal. Now show us what's in the box.
Huh?
What the?
There's nothing in here but IOUs!
Yeah, a lot of them too. And they all seem to be made out to the owner of a general goods store, a Miss Aoi. We're talking tons of Mora here. We better talk to this Miss Aoi. As for you guys, you're free to go. Just pray that our paths...
Yes, so we redeemed ourselves for some IOUs. Does that mean we broke even?
Shut it. Let's...
Hip.
Burn it down! Light it up!
Welcome to Tsukumomono Groceries. Or perhaps they're... Ah, so you're friends of Kurosawa, I take it? Perhaps you're here to pay off his debts.
Whoa! Let's not get ahead of ourselves. We're just here to learn where they all came from. How did Kurosawa end up owing you so much money? Did he buy anything super expensive here?
Let me think. Kurosawa would come regularly to purchase large quantities of foodstuffs. He'd always put the payment on his own account. However, the price of provisions began to skyrocket recently, and his salary was no longer enough to cover the cost. So, he started writing out IOUs to cover whatever he couldn't afford of the usual amount.
So that's how he was getting those emergency provisions. But why did he have to purchase a usual amount? If the prices increased, couldn't he just buy less?
Well, if you think about it, the citizens receiving the emergency provisions must have been carefully calculating how much they needed to sustain them each time. Kurosawa thought that it would be quite the disappointment for them if they found they didn't have enough, especially after such long and careful planning. So he deemed it necessary to take on the debt rather than let the people down.
Wow. Kurosawa was purchasing all the emergency provisions at his own expense. And no one ever appreciated what he did. They just complained and held him accountable.
People's attitudes will always reflect their circumstances. In the face of hardship, nobody cares to think twice. If you ask me, had Kurosawa told everyone the truth about the supplies from the start, then there wouldn't be such a severe backlash now. Of course, I'm sure there would still have been some unrest. What he was doing was truly a thankless deed. As for why he chose to spend his own money on emergency provisions and never tell anyone, I'm still not too clear myself. If you're still curious, why don't you go ask him? I see. That reminds... Most unfortunate. If he doesn't clear the debt on his name, he'll have no choice but to sell that sword that is so dear to him.
Sword?
Oh, didn't he tell you? I've asked him about its origins. He told me that it was a gift. In hindsight, I regret that I never made an offer on it. Everything has its price. Why don't you ask him about the sword yourself? Perhaps it'll even provide you with the Oh, but before you go...
But you...
Information is also a kind of commodity. Wouldn't you agree? Don't worry. I won't charge much for
At least we now know where the emergency provisions are coming from. But let's go talk to Kurosawa.
Rise with the sun!
What are you doing here all by yourself?
I presented them with a choice. Either they left or I drew my sword. They left. It turned out to be a real time saver, actually. Perhaps I should start using it more often. Did you manage to track down the treasure hoarders?
That just about sums it up. It turns out that you really were distributing emergency provisions, but they were all purchased at your own expense.
Strange. Is that really the kind of person I was? I don't really have any such recollection. Even after all you've told me, I still don't remember anything. Why was I purchasing emergency provisions for everyone? And why would I put myself in such a difficult situation? But I could not deny that when I brandished my sword to scare those two away, I could sense that my body was somehow reluctant to do so. This sword, I remember once when what did he say? It would seem that all I can remember and said to me.
Hey, if you look carefully, there seems to be some words engraved up. Can you recognize the words?
Virtue? Somehow those two words seem taking on seemingly, but what use are virtue and justice? The Tenryo Commission seized my vision. And the very people I was so desperately trying, and the irony of all of it is, I'm incapable of being a good person.
Yet another. When we get the chance, let's speak to Toma about Kurosawa's debt. In any case, we must never let him sell off that sword. Yeah, seems like fortunately for us, let's go find the next...
Burn it down!
The third person who had their vision taken is supposed to be... Paimon heard that he's the present-day master of make... This is his dojo. Luckily...
Nanako, don't worry. Sensei will be fine. Those thugs that challenged the dojo were strong, but he fought them all off in the end.
Maybe, but things have gotten dangerous before in the past, but it's never shaken it.
It's just because he's been possessed, that's all. Once the exorcism has taken place, he'll be right as...
Hey there! Did something happen?
Who are you? I don't care whether you're trespassers or just here to harass us while Sensei is impaired. Get out of here immediately! Don't make me draw my blade, or you won't live to regret it.
No! You got it so wrong! We just came here to...
Disciples?
Yep! We've heard all about the mighty master of Meikyo Shisui art. It's the whole reason we came all this way, to seek him out and ask him to train us. But then we got here and overheard you talking about how he got possessed or something?
From the way you're dressed, it doesn't look like you're from around here. Please, accept my apologies. We've had so many people trying to cause us trouble recently that You haven't arrived at the best of times, I'm afraid. Sensei got possessed recently, and he's still recovering. I see you are earnest in your pursuit. Okay, how about this? Sensei's name is Domon, a name I'm sure you've already heard. Though self-taught, he mastered the art of the sword to a high level. He then proceeded to defeat many other prominent sword masters. He once said that his goal was to become the best sword master in the world. And so, even while training us, he continued to hone his own art. His fervor truly inspired us, and we trained hard, determined to keep up with him. But then...
Not long ago, Sensei had his vision taken away. He says the strange... Junya and I have discussed it, and we both think that he's been possessed by an evil spirit. So, but if I'm honest, I still have my doubts over whether he'll complete...
The Grand Narukami Shrine? What's...
You haven't heard of it? It's the largest shrine on Narukami Island. The head shrine maiden is reputed to have very close ties with the almighty shogun herself. Not that we'd have any means of involving the head shrine maiden, of course. But even one of the ordinary shrine maidens from the Grand Narukami Shrine would have clear power and authority to perform an exorcism. So don't worry, Nanako. Sensei is going to be just fine. The exorcism will take place this evening. You're both more than welcome to come and...
So, losing your vision can cause possession? Guess we should come back this evening and see for ourselves.
Just now, when when she asked him who the people were, it looked like he was in great distress. All the while he kept calling those names. Some of them we knew, others we didn't recognize. But they all seemed to be the names of sword. One of them was Anzai. Sensei wouldn't stop calling his name. The ritual has now begun. Please, excuse me for a moment.
Huh? Who's that sneaking around? Uh-oh. We won't let them get away with it.
Rise with the sun!
Seems they aren't here. Should we keep going further up? Is this definitely the right place? Let's look a little further up. Aha! Suspicious!
Ow. Are you sure you're Domon's disciples?
How did I catch up?
You move even
I'm
quicker
just a
than he
motorcycle
does.
dude.
Unless... I guess it's been a few...
Excuse me? We're the ones asking the questions here. And what are you doing sneaking around these parts?
Bad news? I'll have you know I trained side by side with Domon. I don't care to talk about that time anymore. But if you must know, I am Domon's senior.
His senior?
Anzai, yes. Because I don't wish to see Domon or anyone else associated with him ever again. When we were young, we trained under the same sword master, studying Make-Yoshi Sui art together. I had begun training 5 years before him, and everyone looked up to me as a steady and dependable older disciple. Practitioners of Make-Yoshi Sui art seek to achieve stillness of mind, freedom from all agitation. So the majority of disciples are indifferent to rank, but Domon was different. The first thing he did when he joined was go straight to our sensei and ask him, with a beaming smile on his face, how to become the best in the world. Sensei scolded him and told him that the art of the sword should not be used for such vain ends. Sensei said that coveting the title of the best sword master, barely days into his training, showed that he had a fickle mind, and that this would impede him from ever mastering the blade. I thought so too at the time, but Domon began making swift progress in his training and even started catching up with me. Only then did I realize that it was Domon who had long since freed his mind from all agitation. He was consumed by his singular desire to become the best in the world. He sought nothing less than perfection in the art of the sword, and nothing could deter him from this goal, no matter what stood in his way.
Sure sounds like he
When you
meant
had your vision
business.
taken away.
So how come you don't want to ever see him again?
Because until he arrived, I was convinced that I would succeed our sensei as the master of Make-Yoshi Sui art. Of all the disciples, I was the most gifted. I had trained the longest. Everyone had high expectations from me. Domon's arrival changed everything. When we sparred, I lost not just the match, but my pride and my stat. Later, I heard that he sparred with Sensei, too. Sensei was advanced in years by then, and unfortunately, that match used up every last ounce of energy in his body. After that, I wanted nothing further to do with him. Deep down, so, when I heard rumors that he had lost his mind, my first reaction was to dismiss them as false. How could he, of all people, have lost his mind? His mind was the sharpest of them all. He had I decided to quietly come and see if it were true. Then, to my complete astonishment, I heard him call my name. So you see, I came here not to cause him any harm. Okay, you've heard my story.
Seems like we got it wrong this time. He wasn't here to mess up the... Still, Paimon's not sure we should bring him back with us. Let's...
isn't possessed? Does that mean he's just lost his mind? But how is that possible?
Nanako, please.
I am sorry. With what powers I have, I can find no sign of any but spirits may take a myriad of forms in this world, many of which I cannot claim to have witnessed myself. Thus, I dare, and all is certainly not lost. For I received word not long ago that Lady Yai...
Lady Yai? Is that the same Lady Yai that I...
The head shrine maiden of the Grand Narukami Shrine? That's wonderful news!
Correct. Lady Yai is most knowledgeable indeed, and has abundant I am unable to say for certain whether an evil spirit has possessed your sensei.
Excuse me, Miss Inagi, but I must ask.
That won't be necessary. All that is required of you is your timely arrival. I must leave now, but we...
Who'd have thought Lady Yai herself would have...
Do you mean to say that Sensei isn't renowned enough to deserve
No, that's not what I meant at all. I just mean this is Lady Yai, the head shrine maiden. She has direct and close contact with the almighty Shogun herself. Anyway, given that you've traveled all this way just to meet her...
Sure! After all, everyone seems pretty excited about Lady Yai. Who knows? Maybe we'll be able to...
Rise with the sun! Burn it down! Rise with the sun! Burn it down! Something to add to my collection.
Okay, I think I'll call it here.